this video, I'll show you how I built this speaker that plays music and displays lyrics in real time. And it's also transparent, so you can see through it. This is something that already exists. In fact, I saw it on Instagram and wanted to recreate it. I began by building the structure. I wanted to use wood for a nice look, but couldn't find the right thickness. I bought 2 smaller planks, glued them together, then planed them to even them out, and they were ready. Now I had to make the actual structure. It's pretty simple since it's just making a wooden frame. But I didn't just want to glue them at 90 degrees, so I used the saw to cut the edges at 45 degrees, and that's how I made the same saw. I made some grooves where I would later slide in the acrylic sheets and the screen. I wanted to put in the screen, but I also wanted it to be see-through, so I decided to make a transparent screen. I did something similar to modify my case a while back. The video is on my channel if you haven't seen it. It's very easy to do. The first thing is to get a monitor. It can be any kind. We take it apart and keep only the screen, just the screen. You also need to keep taking it apart since we're only interested in the glass part. Now you have to put some wet napkins on top and leave it like that for about 8 hours. There, we'll see it lets us peel off a transparent layer. Do this on both sides. This is the anti-reflective layer. If we don't remove it, things look ugly or blurry. I also recycled the monitor. The diffuser acrylic has small dots that let light in from above and below, diffusing it throughout the material. Without it, our monitor wouldn't be visible or it would look very dark. The missing part was displaying the lyrics of the music I listened to. There are many ways, but the most practical was connecting to the Spotify application programming interface. Create a program that identifies the current song playing on Spotify. Next, find the song's lyrics online and sync them according to the timing. It looks complicated, but it's actually easy. This was my first React project, a widely used programming technology, and I added some cool animations. While I was at it, I used Spotify's song information to create a sort of heartbeat that goes along with the beat of whatever you're listening to. So I think it turned out pretty cool. This application runs on a website, so all we had to do now was make our monitor display this website. I used this board, a Raspberry Pi Zero 2, basically a mini PC. I only installed a web browser on it and made it display the website I had made in full screen. This board has a mini HDMI output, so I used a converter for video graphics array input on my monitor, and that was it. I used cables to make it smaller by removing the original connector. For the music part, I asked on Instagram for speaker recommendations, and many people mentioned these. They're 2 FIDO Pro, 30 watts each. I was told they have excellent sound quality and are full range, so they cover all frequencies. I connected the speakers to a mini amp board, then linked that to a Bluetooth receiver after removing its plastic to reduce size. All these components had to fit inside the speaker, but I wanted them hidden. I made a hole in the wood, big enough to cover all the components so they would be embedded inside the board. To finish and close it, on the front, I put a 5mm thick acrylic sheet. I used a jigsaw and metal saw to cut out 2 holes for the speakers, then attach them with screws. So it would look like this, first the acrylic, and then all the other acrylic with the reflective dots. This last one has a pretty powerful LED strip on the top and bottom, which is what's going to light up the whole speaker. Finally, I 3D printed a piece to cover the bottom where all the components are, so they can't be seen, and I glued on the speaker cover. I nailed everything and used silicone glue, sealing all edges to prevent air leaks and ensure the speakers sound good. And this is how it turned out. Thanks for watching Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I think it's different. The audio may not be great, but the product looks eye-catching, and I love its appearance. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.